Hello! Welcome to our Thursday afternoon, and I am here just to bring you a little bit of information about clean eating and healthy living. So I'm going to just kind of turn my camera and let you kind of be a partner with me in my kitchen right now. And this video won't be super long because I'm really hungry. And I'm going to be making my lunch here in a second, and I already started it, so I wanted to show you what we're having, what I bought at the grocery store, and some tips and some tricks when you go to the store, what you're looking for. And so, hey Katie, I'm so excited. So, hi Jeannie. So excited to see y'all, and I'm going to be showing you some things to look for when you're in the grocery store. And I want to invite you also, after that, to our 21 Days to Feeling Fit Mind, Body, Spirit private Facebook group. It's a free group, and it's a free 21-day plan that I've written for you that really incorporates not only clean eating and healthy living, but also we're going to be going over as a group, just kind of partnering with each other as accountability. And that is part of the game, really, just to be accountable and to have some fun people that are doing this with you. You can pick and choose the little bits that you want to do or the bigger bits that you want to do. Hey Paula, hey Glenn. And so you can decide if you want to do a lot or a little. You can start with baby steps, or you can jump full in. And in the plan, you have a 21-day plan. So the first 11 days, you're going to get explained to you as soon as you get added to the group. If you want to be added to the group, and I'll share with you exactly the details of what that looks like. So just message me or comment below, and I'll add you. And I'll private message you with the link. And you can also download the 21 Days to Feeling Fit guidebook off my website. It's yoga and the number 4 love.com. Hey Felisa, welcome, welcome. So if you're thinking about starting and doing some clean eating, yay, thumbs up. Let's look at what that looks like. So, hey Kelly, I know you're an expert on this. Come on, let's do it. So, anyway, what we're going to do is I went to Aldi and I found this really, really amazing bag. First of all, for those of you that saw my story earlier, if you don't like using plastic and you want to use recyclable bags, this bag is awesome. I literally fit my whole entire grocery cart into this bag. I'm going to turn a little bit more so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so literally all my cold stuff fit in here, and then all my other stuff fit in here, and I had one other bag that had drinks in it, and that was it. So speaking of drinks, Almond Milk, I like the Blue Diamond brand because the Silk brand used to be really awesome and independent, but then they were bought out and they totally sold out, so I'm not supporting them anymore. So Blue Diamond, Almond Breeze, that's a really good option for your milk. So I don't know if you can see in my fridge, we're almost out of this. Really, that's what happens when you have a 15-year-old in your fridge. There's nothing left in there. I would have been really sad if I went to go make my smoothie and there was nothing there. Hi, Ro, I'm so glad you could join me. So anyway, so kind of overview of the fridge here. Lots of fresh fruits and veggies at the bottom. We have lots of produce here. We have a meat and cheese drawer that has all kinds of stuff that's either meatless or it's a nitrate-free meats and things like that. Really high-quality cheese if you're going to eat cheese. I'm not going to go over that part right now, but what I do want to do is show you what I got from the grocery store for our clean eating this week. And my daughter and I, hi Susie, my daughter and I are doing this together. She's 15 and she's starting high school, or becoming a sophomore in high school, her second year. And she's noticed some shifts in her body. So she wants to really tighten up. She wants to get more fitted into her clothes and feel better about her body image, which is super duper important for girls at this age. Hey Teresa, and if you have a daughter or if you have a niece or a granddaughter that's in high school, this is a very simple plan that they can do as well, and it's totally family friendly. So it requires a little bit of research, and we were doing like it was just kind of a straight up elimination diet, which is really hard for teenagers. So we're switching to supporting our family's health with Juice Plus and going to a low carb, high fat, which is really important for children and teenagers to learn how to start to read labels. Hey, there's a really amazing app that when you join my group, the 21 Days to Feeling Fit, you can request to join it as a private group, or you can just message me and I will send you the link to join it. And in there, We talk about some really great accountability apps, and as I'm coaching you, I can also do private coaching for you. So if you need a little bit more help than the group and just the group posts and things like that and the comments and the Facebook messages, then I do offer private coaching if you really want more one-on-one time. And so that can be found on my website. Hey Desiree, it's yogaforlove.com, and just look under the life coaching page and you can get some more details about that. So if you need like straight up, like show me exactly what to do, let's build this plan, let's look at my body type, let's look at my Ayurvedic type, let's look at my blood type, those kind of things require personal coaching. I'm not going to be doing that on the Facebook group. It's just too much. But I love doing it. I just want to spend more personal time with you to do that. And of course, there's the small fee. So in here, in the cold area, I'm going to show you just kind of some ideas. Now again, we're with the idea of eating clean, which means low sugar, which means low gluten. Hey, can you turn that down? Wow, she's Snapchatting me while I'm Facebook Live. That's really amazing. Oh, anyway, anybody feel my pain? Anybody have teenagers? Dear Lord. So, okay. First thing off is low carb, low glycemic is berries. One thing you may not know about berries is berries, they usually are low to the ground, and the strawberries especially. Now these are organic, and I found these at Aldi again, but they are very heavily sprayed if they're not organic. So one thing I want to show you is that when you take your berries, you're going to have to dump them into the sink, and you're going to wash them like with soap. People are like, okay, why are you using soap? And I'm using soap because pesticides, people, are made not to wash off in the rain. So they're water resistant. You have to scrub them around. And then once you do that, you take your little colander deal, and then you just scoop them out, okay? And then you just rinse them. So these are gonna go on my salad, just that little bit right there, that little handful. So I'm gonna throw those on my salad here in a second. Sorry for that extreme close-up. And we're gonna go back to, thank you, Kelly. Oh my gosh, seriously. So back to the berries. As soon as I take my blueberries out of there, I'm gonna throw my strawberries in there. And there's some really great little storage things you can use for strawberries to keep them fresh. And so I have my little cabinet over here. These are little colanders that you can get that actually you can just put your berries right in there, and it keeps them from getting soggy at the bottom. So, and then of course, recycle. So, in the cold stuff, let me shut this and get this out of the way. This is stuff I found at Winco Foods. Winco is awesome. Hey, Sherry. And hey, Jerry, what's up? I'm so glad you're coming to yoga. I am so thrilled. Okay, so this is an organic, hand-formed vegan burger made from barley, carrots, and celery. A lot of the meat-free stuff has a gajillion carbs. Hey, Brandon. You need to get the girls doing this with Aspen, by the way, Brandon. Allie will love this plan, and I will coach her. So, tons of carbs. This one does not. So you really want to read the label, because like literally, if you're trying to eat clean and you're actually like doing this to lose weight, and you're loading your body with a gajillion carbs, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So you want to eat clean, but you also want to regulate your carbs. Hey, Carolyn! And so this one is a great brand. I hope it's not gross. I haven't tried it yet. I will keep you an update. Watch my Facebook story. I usually don't post that stuff on my feed, but it's in my story. Hey, Betsy. Hey, Becky. Oh my gosh, how are you? Okay, so these are super good. Pasta Zero. I'm very excited about these. One of my brand new clients has turned me on to these. She's a chef, and these are little noodles made out of zucchini. And they come in a little pack, and you can use them just like pasta. So I got two, and I'm going to be making a really yummy Alfredo sauce with high fat, and it's going to have like zero carb because I'm not using noodles. So tofu, this is a great tofu. This one is organic. Again, when you're using soy, you want to be very careful you're not using soy isolate. A lot of the meat-free stuff has a ton of soy isolate too, so please watch out for that. That is not a real plant. It's isolated from the plant. It doesn't process in your body like real food, and then usually it's not even non-GMO, so who knows like what kind of stuff went into breeding that plant and what stuff it does to you. We don't know that stuff. So you want to use organic, non-GMO soy and the whole plant. And so tofu you can use pretty much for anything. I hate to start with tofu because it's so cliche. Honestly, you can just use it for stir fry. You can use it, you can actually like chop it up and make it into little cubes and put it in the oven, and like it just takes on whatever flavor you soak it in. So if you don't do anything to it, it's going to be gross. But if you like make it into a marinade or whatever, it's going to be really good. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. And it's a great source of protein. Very low carb, 2 grams of carbs, 8 grams of protein, 4 grams of fat. So that's a good ratio. When you're looking at healthy carbs versus fats and versus your macros, your macronutrients, you want most of your energy to be coming from healthy fats. Now I know that a lot of you that grew up in the 80s are like low fat, low fat. Okay, you can't do high fat and high carb at the same time. You'll be like packing on the pounds. But if you're doing high fat and low carb, your body starts to turn and burn energy from a different way. It's called ketosis. So if that's something you're interested in and you need me to coach you on how to do that, just book a session or 2 with me and we'll get you through those first weeks, and then it's going to be smooth sailing. So one of the things for high fat is heavy whipping cream. This is a very good addition. I'm going to be using this when I make my pasta Alfredo. Now if you're doing dairy free, just ignore that part about the cream. If you're doing dairy free, that's fine. But you can also find other high fat sources that are vegan. You just want to look a little harder. Here is a great high fat, high protein hot dog that is vegan. It is Frankfurter's Vegetarian. So there's this one. This came again from the Winco Foods. And if you look at the label here, this one is 21 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat, and only 5 grams of carbs. So that's a very good ratio for that. So next option for a really good dressing is Vegenaise. If you haven't ever tried it, it is definitely not gross. It's super good. Vegetable oil based, like avocado oil based mayonnaise is really good too, especially if you're doing high fat. And mayonnaise does not nearly have as much fat as you think. I tried to add a whole bunch of it. Hey Connie, hey Stacy. And so I tried to add a whole bunch of it when I was cooking the other day, and it was too much. Like I was making a salad and I was like, oh, it was so gross because I don't really like mayonnaise anyway. So this is my favorite. Then I found these little field roast grain meat apple maple sausages. And so these are vegetarian. They have a really good fat, carb, and protein ratio. They're not all carbs. You have to watch what flavor you get because some of the flavors have like a cajillion carbs. Like this exact same brand for these little Frankfurters with another kind of it was like a Mexican Chipotle or something, had like triple the carbs. I guess because of the seasoning and all the sugar they put in it to make it taste like that. So just, you have to read labels, and it takes a little bit of time, but you get really used to it. And then edamame, this is a great option here. It has lots of fiber. Edamame is basically the soybean that is, excuse me, I had a call come in, that is still in the shell. Okay, so I got a couple packs of that. Some frozen tilapia, great protein source, super easy, tons of ways you can fix it. You want to cook it, if you cook it in a pan, you can add healthy oils. And we'll talk in another day about our pantry makeover. I'll go through the pantry and show you what kind of oils and things like that to use. Hi, Amy. It's so good to see you. And then I found wild caught Alaskan salmon burgers. Yay! So excited about these. You're not going to eat them on a bun. You're going to eat them on a salad. Will you be able to check what the ratio of carbs and fats is? So if you're doing low carb, high fat, generally that's a really good question. I can put it in the comments too, and you can Google it. There's all kinds of information on the keto diet, but you want to stay over 60% in your fats. So minimum below 60 would not be enough. So you want to have at least 60 to 70, sometimes 80% fat if you're really trying to get into ketosis quickly. So salmon burgers are great because they're all protein, all fat, no carbs, like 0 carbs. So in here you got 15 grams of protein, and 3.5 grams of fat for one burger. So that's a really good ratio. And then we have plain yogurt. This is Chobani. I love this brand. Hey Brian, what's up? Tell Susie and I said hi. Hey Pat. So, okay, this one is, you have to do a lot of looking because honestly, so many of the yogurts look exactly the same. The container looks the same. So many of them have a ton of sugar. So this is plain yogurt. I know you're like, oh, that's so disgusting. It's sour, it's bitter, whatever. First of all, in our society, we don't have a lot of bitter. We just don't. It's just not a common flavor in our society. So bitter equals ew. You know, like it's kind of one of those kid reactions, like ew, something green. It is totally fine if you get used to it, but you want to mix in some stevia and some whipping cream. So that's really, really, really yummy. And then you can mix in some nuts and some berries, and it's an amazing treat. And it's a really great breakfast. There's so much protein in here as well. And so this one has, for each cup, there's 10 grams of protein, this one is, how much fat? Okay, this one's fat-free apparently. And then there's, I think 6 grams or 8 grams of carbs. So that's pretty low carb for yogurt. And it's not, you're not going to be eating a whole ton, just enough to make a small breakfast or to use in dressings and toppings. But you can balance that out again at the end of your meal. Hey, Pat. So my daughter is not a vegan, so she wanted bacon. So instead of doing like the veggie bacon, we have for her the thick smoked applewood uncured. So it doesn't have any of the nitrates. It doesn't have any of the antibiotics. It doesn't have any of the hormones. It's all vegetarian fed. Literally the same price as regular bacon at Winco. For me, I have the veggie bacon. This is one of the few products I do cave in and utilize that has the soy protein. It's basically egg whites and soybean oil, but it's a good option for me. It has 12 grams of protein, 4.5 grams of fat, and then when you cook it in oil. So you get a thin layer of oil. I prefer avocado oil when I cook this. And my daughter is telling me to stop talking about her. So, Veggie Grillers, these are great for like making tacos and things like that. Of course, you can use ground beef, ground turkey, which we use that as well. Sometimes I'll make like a pan of tacos with ground beef, and then, ground turkey, and then a pan of tacos with the veggie meat for me. Every now and then I'll mix it up and use both. So I'm not totally vegan. I'm just mostly plant-based, and eating too much meat it doesn't resonate with me with my blood type. So that's all the cold stuff. And then for other items, bulk item, these are hemp hearts. Hemp hearts are super great for healthy fats, lots of omegas. You can get a lot of plant-based omegas from your Juice Plus. This is the most amazing omega blend in the whole entire universe. It has a huge spectrum of omegas. It has 3, 5, 6, 7s, and 9s. So yes, it's keto, Jennifer, but it's also plant-based. So I've done quite a bit of research to really try to do keto without having a cajillion pounds of meat, because I've been vegetarian since 1996, mostly plant-based since 1996, and to shift into ketosis without overwhelming my body with animal products was a lot of research. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Hey Ashley, hey Susan. All right, so the plant-based shakes that I use are also Juice Plus. There's the chocolate and the vanilla. So these are packed with a ton of food, which means they're not low-calorie shakes. They're not like a fat burner shake. This is whole food plant-based ketosis. I'm not talking about supplementing your body and starving your body or completely removing certain things out of your life. I'm talking about a balanced, holistic lifestyle, putting your body into ketosis in a safe and natural way that's going to help you to burn all that extra fluff that you really don't want, or just to make more lean and healthy, strong muscles if you don't need to lose any weight. I am maintaining my weight, so every day I have to look at my chart to make sure that I'm eating enough calories. And so that way, as much as I do yoga and things like that, I don't burn off too much and I don't start losing weight. So it's a very simple pattern. If you need help with that, again, I will coach you. But these shakes have carbs in them. So, and I love them. I'm not going to give them up just because I'm doing ketosis. So I have found some really freaking badass, amazing, delicious recipes that are super high fat to balance out the carbs that are in this. And it's still totally well within your calorie range. So don't worry about that. So you've got 8 grams of fiber. You've got 13 grams of protein. And it's a ton of really awesome plant-based items like low processed soy, which means it's the whole plant. The chickpea powder, pea powder, rice powder is sweetened with stevia and natural cane juice. And then you've got a really awesome blend of natural fibers. So when you have carbohydrates minus the fiber, that's actually your true carb. So if you're going to take this package and look at the carbohydrate or just the sugar by itself, you need to educate yourself, okay? So I'm going to educate you. I'm going to school you right now. What you do is you take the 13 grams of protein that are in there, and then you subtract out, the 20 grams of carbohydrates that are in there, and then you subtract out the 8 grams of fiber. So you've got 20 minus 8 would be 12. So there's really only 12 grams of carbs in there. So that's how you kind of do the math to make sure where you're at. Now the glycemic index on here, on these, there's absolutely like the same glycemic index as broccoli. So don't worry about the natural sugar in there. There's a really great blend of enzymes and pomegranate powder, pumpkin powder, yucca powder. The mushrooms is a natural source of vitamin D and B12, so you could get all that in there. And we have almond flour. So almond flour is a really great base for like making vegan bars or keto bars if you're adding Kerrygold or cream cheese or whatever. There's so many recipes out there. So you're cleaning out your liver. Yes, this is great. You want to just eliminate all the junk, all the processed stuff, all the packaged stuff, and go whole food. And you don't necessarily have to do keto, Jennifer, to clean out your body. Okay, you can do gluten-free, dairy-free. And if that seems to be more your style, I can coach you either way. So the almond flour is awesome. It's very low carbohydrate because if you're trying to make a crust, like let's say one of the vegan bars that you're making calls for graham cracker crust, you've already totally blown your balance by putting graham crackers in there. So you can make the crust with almond, and you can add in Kerrygold butter and like pat it down in the pan, and it's going to make an amazing crust. So super easy. Winco, they have these little machines that make almond butter and make, well, they just don't make it, they grind it. And so this is the peanuts that have honey in them, and they're really good. Hey, Rhonda. So, hey, CA. Peaches are kind of moderate on the glycemic index. They do have some more sugar, so I only got a few. Oh, and I wanted to show you the cucumbers we grew from our garden. Yay! I bought a 50-cent plant from Ace Hardware. I didn't know what it was. I threw it in the ground, and we have cucumbers. Hi, babe. I'm doing a live video. Want to come say hi to everybody? No? All right. Zucchinis, a great essential. You can make zoodles. You can make saute. You can make all kinds of stuff with zucchini. Avocado, total staple for high fat. I love my avocado. We eat avocados every single day. There's my friend Jylyn made some incredible mousse. Hey Reese, so good to see you. So you can make a keto mousse, high fat with the avocado. I shared that recipe in our group, and I'll share it with you if you want to join our group, the 21-day group. Organic baby spinach and arugula, or just plain baby spinach. Lots of greens, lots of greens. That's super important. Throw it in your blender to put it in your smoothies. Organic coffee. And a lot of people are wondering about doing caffeine-free. That's one of the last things to eliminate, unless you're getting it from, can you get the dogs out of here, babe? Unless you're getting the caffeine from like sodas and stuff. We really need to cut the sodas out, okay? But from coffee, it's not that big of a deal. Don't stress over that. Don't think that it has to be like the end of the world. We can wean that out, and usually the rule is a quarter. Quarter. So you take out a quarter this week. Let's say your goal is to get down to 1 cup. Let's say you're drinking coffee all day and you're drinking 4 cups a day. And that might, or maybe more. this week you're gonna take out a cup, next week, and so on. So you just do it that way. You don't just cut yourself out. You're gonna set yourself up for failure. So we're just gonna this is a lifestyle change, right? So hey, Sarah. And so we're shifting slowly because we want it to be permanent. We don't want to just all of a sudden like just go cold turkey and then all of a sudden we just bail on the plan and say that doesn't work and you hate me. So I want you to love me and I want to help you. All right, and pickles. Of course, everybody needs pickles in their life, right? I think that's everything we got at the grocery store this last time. So real quickly, I'm just going to take you over here and show you what I was making for dinner. But well, it's pretty much dinner now. It was my late lunch. And so, hi, Rich. He didn't want to be on camera, but he's going to watch me from outside with the dogs. So I'm going to take my blueberries. I made a burger here, and I forgot to show you what kind of burger this was. This was one that I got at Aldi. And when I found this super cute bag that I was telling you about, that bag was like $8 too. And normally those zipper grocery bags are like $6 anyway. So this one is the most badass bag I've ever seen for $8. Okay, so this would be the burger that I'm using. They have this brand called Earth Grown Vegan. This one's a black bean chipotle. So I read the label on all of them. This one's the lowest carb with the most fat and protein. And then there's another thing you can get there too, which is the Never Any brand for if you do eat meat. It doesn't have any antibiotics, hormones, and they are fed a vegetarian diet. And this is the chicken sausage. So lots of great things to shop for at Aldi. If you're doing gluten-free and you're not doing low carb, they have really great crackers and stuff like that. And so my little salad consists of just the rest of my other thing is spinach. I cooked the burger in grapeseed oil, which is very healthy fat. Put some sunflower kernels on there for more fats. And then Bragg's is one of the staples in our 21-day plan. This is a Bragberry. It's so cute, isn't it? So it's raspberry, acai, goji, grape, and Bragg's apple cider vinegar. And then I'm just going to throw my berries on there. And so that's my lunch. And so thank you so much for joining me. Please message me if you have some specific questions about your lifestyle, what your family's goals are. Thank you so much for watching and being patient because I didn't jump on when I said I would, but my phone was needing to be charged. So you can download the plan at yogaforlove.com with the number 4. Go to the online store. It's a free ebook. You can join my group, which is 21 Days to Feeling Fit. We're starting right now. You can jump in at any time. Check it out, see if it's something for you. If you want a little bit more information, just message me and I will be happy to help you. Namaste.